guys? Thanks for tuning in. This is the Winter Media channel on YouTube. If you listen to this on Spotify, I highly recommend looking on YouTube. We are talking about sports and global events today, so I hope you enjoy. Yo, guys, welcome back to the second episode of Winter Media. We're going to be covering the NFL concluding week 1 tonight on September 9th, 2024. Then we're going to get into some world/American news, and that would be the episode. All right, let's jump right into it. So we're going to start off with the AFC East, okay? You got the Miami Dolphins at the top. I almost said Heat. Can't wait for NBA basketball to come back. But Dolphins, Patriots, Bills, Jets, okay? Realistically speaking, Patriots are going to be at the bottom of the division. Jets are going to be second. Bills are going to be right where they're at. And Dolphins going to be at the top. Okay? So now, my bad. Jets at 1, Dolphins 2, Patriots 4, Bills 3. Okay? I'm not putting too much into week 1 regarding the Patriots, Buffalo, or the Jets. If I'm going to be honest, we all know Aaron Rodgers is a work in progress. I think Josh Allen just came out slinging it and running it and doing everything, but he's going to get banged up over time. Let's just be honest. He's going to get banged up over the season. And then the Dolphins, they played a tough game against the Jaguars, but with the whole thing with Tyreek Hill and the whole locker room not really feeling settled, I'm not putting too much into it, man. It is what it is. I mean, they got the win, so can't be that mad, right? Now, regarding the AFC North, tell me there is not another division more disappointing to watch week 1 than the AFC North. Okay, Lamar Jackson loses at the Chiefs. Come on, man. You're really going to let a team end your season and then beat you to begin your next season? Hey, I'm not in the league, though. Can't talk. Then you got the Bengals losing to the Patriots. That's just pitiful. I don't care if Jamar Chase has been holding out. You got to finish the job, especially against a team like that. Like, you just got to finish the job, right? Then the Browns losing to the Cowboys. Ain't nothing much about that. The Cowboys, like, who cares? But now the Pittsburgh Steelers stealing that win. Not even stealing, if I'm going to be honest. It wasn't. I watched, probably half the game. Kirk Cousins looks rusty. He looks like playoff Kirk Cousins, okay? If that's what you're going to get this year from the Atlanta Falcons, count them out of the playoffs. But I don't think you will. I think we're going to get a better version of Kirk Cousins. And on top of that, I know when Russell Wilson comes back for the Steelers, they're going to start losing games. And they're going to throw Justin out there. And then next thing you know, it all is just going to fall down. Justin cannot score the ball. He can't. And that's why Chicago had to get rid of him. He cannot execute the plays to get you a touchdown. And that's really disappointing to see out of Justin. Hard take, but it is what it is. Now, AFC South, we got the Houston Texans, Indiana Colts, Jacksonville Jaguars, Tennessee Titans. Okay, now Houston winning against the Colts. I mean, everyone pretty much predicted that. Nothing on Anthony Richardson, but it's C.J. Stroud. He got Diggs. He got Tank Dell back. Like, come on, man. He got the crew back. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But Anthony Richardson, they competed, dude. They competed hard. So hands off to them, bro. I think the Colts are going to have a good year. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs, but I think they're going to have a good, solid year to build off of and continue building that franchise back up to when Peyton Manning was there, right? And Jacksonville Jaguars. Tough loss to the Miami Dolphins. We already spoke about the game a little bit, but Trevor Lawrence needs to start showing better games in the second half, period. This is atrocious. Ever since he gotten that playoff win where he went off in the second half. I feel like most of his games in the second half are just not impressive. I just feel like they're not impressive enough to look at him and be like, man, I can't wait to see him in the Super Bowl. I just need to see more from him in the second half. Okay? Period, point blank. Tennessee Titans, let me tell you something. I didn't know these brothers could play. I didn't know they had a wide receiving core. Like, Jesus. They came out. I watched the whole game against the Bears, man. Oh, my God. They got that boy. That boy's like 6'7", 6'8", or something like that. Like 350 pounds. Gee. I'm not kidding. You can look up the highlights. He literally ran over the center multiple times. The center went from here to on his back. It was wild, okay? But that quarterback play is just bad. He had a good first half, okay? Bears shouldn't have won that game. But that quarterback play, it really brought us back, the Bears back into the game. And Will Levis needs to study a lot more film. Because you got Stevenson and Johnson, and you know the Bears are a takeaway kind of defense. Why are you going to even throw balls up for them? Like, they missed a few in the first half. Then you just kept giving them chances. Of course they're going to start doing that. But that blocked punt into the, taken back as a touchdown really sparked that game for the Bears and really led the charge for the win. Okay, now AFC West, we got the Chargers, Chiefs, Broncos, Raiders. Chargers, week 1 win. I'm not putting too much into it. It is what it is. Justin Herbert looks I mean, he didn't pop off the screen that much to me. Obviously, Kansas City, they pulled out that good win against the Ravens. I still feel like they're like very raw at the wide receiving core with Patrick Mahomes, like that connection, except for Travis Kelce, of course. But everyone else, it seems like that connection is still off a little bit. So looking forward to that improving throughout the year. Denver Broncos expected to lose. Put on a great game, but I expected them to lose. Bo Nix, he looks all right. Like, for being as old as he is and how much time he spent in college, he should have looked better, in my opinion. He should have looked better. The decision making was not on par with how much experience he has, and that's the disappointing part about the Denver Broncos. And Las Vegas Raiders, honestly, I think they're throwing games a little bit, if I'm going to be honest. I think they're just looking for that first pick, trying to get a quarterback in the Raiders locker room again, like a high draft pick quarterback, and just looking forward to rebuilding. So obviously not much for them. Now, NFC East, we got the Eagles, Cowboys, Commanders, Giants. Now, let me tell you something. That boy, Jalen Hurts, he's the boy. He's the man, okay? Now, he did not look impressive because he did have all the turnovers, but he also had touchdowns as well. If they could devise a plan to actually help Jalen Hurts not turn over the ball more, I would be looking forward to the Eagles. But at this moment in time, I don't see it happening, and I think they're going to limp into the playoffs, and that's why I only believe one team's coming out the NFC East and not the Dallas Cowboys, because Dak just got paid. Okay, CeeDee Lamb got paid. Michael Parsons wants to get paid. And they look good against the Cleveland Browns and number 1 defense last year. I know everyone's ooh. But it was still like if Deshaun just made 2 passes, the Cowboys could have lost. Like, that's why I'm not putting too much into it, because Deshaun did miss throws. Deshaun did not make the plays. They had a quarterback to make a play, they would have won the game. And I'm sorry, that defense didn't look all that impressive. Myles Garrett is Myles Garrett, but I thought I would see more like a J.J. Watt game out of Myles Garrett, especially against Dak in that offensive line in Dallas. But not putting too much substance into it. We all know the Cowboys are going to do good in the first half of the season. Second half of the season, just wait. I'm a Cowboys fan too. but we gotta be realistic here, Now, Washington Commanders and New York Giants. Commanders, listen, literally two sides of the future you're looking at, right? You're looking at the Washington Commanders where they're like, okay, we got to work on stuff, but at least we have a quarterback. Then the Giants say, we got to work on stuff, and we don't have a quarterback. I don't know what Daniel Jones is doing, but young Bull needs to do something different. Brother, you cannot be an NFL quarterback just out there just getting cardio in and wanting to get hit by grown men. You have to do something different. And it's honestly annoying. I'm not even a fan of the Giants. That's just so annoying watching him play because I don't feel like he sees the game as if he studies the game. If that makes sense. You watch other quarterbacks and they might not be that good, but you could tell they study it. Because they're like, no, I'm gonna make this motion. I'm gonna shift left. I'm gonna shift right. I'm gonna step up in the pocket. I'm gonna just throw the ball deep, throw it high. I'm gonna give my receivers a chance. This dude doesn't do that, and it's bad. It's bad. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's bad. Now, NFC North. Okay. Sam Darnold led the Vikings to a win. Jared Goff pulled out a win against the Rams, Bears, Packers. Okay. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time on the Lions or Packers or Vikings. Vikings, lucky, not even lucky, good win, but I don't expect them to win much games this year, so I'm not putting too much into that win, especially with Sam Darnold. I mean, record speaks for itself, Detroit Lions, I expect them to win the North, so I did expect them to win against the LA Rams, especially since they don't have Aaron Donald anymore, and then as the game progressed, you just saw they just out-physicaled the LA Rams, and that's kind of how the Detroit Lions are built, to out-physical people. So I expect that from them. I expect them to keep doing it. The Packers, without Jordan Love for a little bit, a few weeks, it is what it is. It looks like they're probably going to get the third seed. They're going to win games. I think they're still going to make the playoffs, and they're going to win games, but I truly believe they're going to have a better record than Dallas. But the Jordan Love setback, I think it's really gonna hurt them in the long run this year, right? In this season, 2024-2025 season. But we'll see. We'll see about next week, Now the Bears. Caleb Williams will be okay. Don't shoot the messenger, okay? Caleb Williams will be okay. The brother is a rookie. First rookie to win their debut game since 2002, I believe. Okay? Now, the defense looked awesome. And the one thing I don't see anybody criticizing about the Chicago Bears is the offensive play calling. It was atrocious. It was so bad. You are making the game hard on a rookie quarterback. Make the game easy, okay? Get some slants going, okay? Get Rome on a go route. Get Rome on a slant, okay? Get Rome on a flat. You got to start, getting these wide receivers involved and making the game easy on a rookie, okay? They're playing Caleb. They ran that offense. Caleb Williams is like Tom Brady and is going to sit in the pocket. And we have an offensive line. We don't have an offensive line. So you cannot sit there and wait for plays to develop for 3 seconds. We got to get that ball out and we got to move the sticks, okay? It was atrocious. Atrocious. I cannot stress that more, bro. It was just so bad. It was just so bad. Now to the NFC South, NFC West. Derek Carr, that brother came to play this year. I don't know if it was just one game. We got to see more. But that brother came in lighting it up. He did not care about nobody's feelings. He wanted to light that city on fire. And that's what he did. Buccaneers, bro. Love to see it. Love to see it. Love to see Baker get that win. Baker, I think he's still good. if there's a word in between good and great, Baker's right there. Because he everywhere he goes, he wins. Except for Carolina, which Carolina is setting him up to lose, let's be honest. But everywhere else he went, he won. So it's like, come on, man. How many more times are you going to doubt Baker? Baker got it. Atlanta Falcons, I don't expect them, like I said earlier, I don't expect them to keep losing games. Kirk Cousins looked like playoff Kirk Cousins. I don't expect that to the playoffs, obviously. But he's just shaking off that rust, torn his ACL. Give him some time. He'll be A-okay, okay? Carolina Panthers, Bryce Young just looks terrible. I don't know what else to tell you. Probably the biggest bust in my recent history as a number one overall pick. They told him it's too small. It literally feels like he cannot see over his linemen, and the game kind of shows that, okay? San Francisco 49ers, Seahawks, Arizona Cardinals, Rams. Now let me tell you something. 49ers looked rusty, but they got it back together. And they did it without Christian McCaffrey, which we all know is a huge part of the offense. Okay, so I expect when Christian comes back that they're going to keep going, okay? I still expect them to be the second seed in the NFC right behind Detroit Lions, okay? But that showing towards the end of the game where the defense came alive and then the offense slowly came alive as well, phenomenal. Okay, Seahawks, Geno Smith did his thing. I don't expect them to win again. Cardinals, they're trying. That's why I got to say they're trying. Still gonna end up last in this division. LA Rams, I think the LA Rams gonna go second in this division. Second in this division. I think the Seahawks are gonna go into a coaching slump. Rookie head coach. That's what's like halfway towards the end of the season. That's gonna make them go down into the third seed. But that will conclude week 1 evaluations on the wins, the games, the gameplay, what I saw, what I liked, what I didn't like, my thoughts and all that. So that will conclude the sports segment, and we're gonna hop right into the news. Okay, highlight of the news this week: Trump and Kamala Harris are to debate tomorrow night on Fox. This debate, I don't know how much persuasion it's going to put in people's eyes or minds, just because both sides put so much stipulations on this and that and this and that and this and that. To me, it doesn't make much sense. Get up there and talk. Get up there and talk. Let's put all that stuff aside. Get up there and talk like reasonable people who want to lead a country, and let's get this thing going. That's what I say. But I think that's how most people feel. If I'm going to be honest, I think that's how most people feel in this country right now. Is get up there and talk, get up there and debate, just like the old days. No, don't even worry about it. You get your little notes. You got little notes in front of you, okay? And you're at the podium and you stand for 2 hours straight, and you debate with the person right to the right of you or right to the left of you, and you tell the American people why you're going to be a better president for the United States of America. Not no fake laughs, not no funny jokes back and forth. Like, I do enjoy the jokes. I do think they're funny. I do have a sense of humor. But at the end of the day, this is a very serious matter. Okay? Let's not do nothing crazy or idiotic. Let's just keep it simple. Keep it real. Keep it to the point. Okay? And these questions these people ask, I don't want to see no, well, how are you going to deal with the universities just going on strikes? That's not important. That's important, but that's the middle of the totem pole. What about the gas prices? What about the food prices? What about groceries? Like, what about people not being able to afford a house? What about people not even being able to afford a apartment? Like, those are the matters that we need to hit on. What about the wars going on in the world? Are we going to join them? Are we going to stay out of it, fully out of it? Not just little, like, oh yeah, we're staying out of it, but we're still sending a couple billion over there. Couple billion? We got homeless people here. We got people dying in the streets every day. We need to take care of our homeland before we go take care of somebody else's homeland. Like, that's crazy. And that's what I would like to see out of these presidential debates. But let's be real. Let's be honest. We're not. And that's the sad part about these debates. Now, the Vietnam typhoon hit. It killed 14 people, injured 176 people. I got this from PBS News, the source I saw. It's tragic. Vietnam officials are trying to advise people as best as they could. I mean, when a typhoon hits, tragedy is surely gonna follow, and that's what it is. It's a tragedy, natural disaster. It's a disaster. I mean, not much you can do. Just a little update with that. Want you guys be aware. Now, the Israeli missile strike is actually breaking news. I actually saw it about 30 minutes, 30 minutes before I came on live. Okay. Now, per the Palestinians, it said that the missile strike hit and killed 40 humanitarians in Gaza. Okay, that's just, this war, I get it, it's never going to end due to the history. But you just hope it ends sooner rather than later, so that people can actually not move on, but sit down and have a conversation of the differences instead of going straight to killing and violence. I mean, I get it, that's how the world works, and that's how some things are going to be, but at the same time, you just hope that people in power are more reasonable and sensible to actually sit down and have a conversation instead of sending their people to war and effectively almost accomplish nothing. I mean, there's been so many wars and effectively nothing really ever got accomplished. I mean, a few like things here and there, but it's just sad. It's just sad to see. And then to wrap it up, another American news. The Israeli strike I just saw from ABC News. Like I said, it specifically stated that the Palestinians said. So this news could change. This news could be wrong. Not wrong as in the missile strike didn't happen. I believe it happened, but as to the amount of people that were killed, it could be more, it could be less. I don't know. Now, regarding South California's evacuations due to the fire, this fire is burning up 20,500 acres of land. Per the New York Times, people are having to evacuate. I mean, it's just sad. Beginning of the school year, kids are trying to go to school, parents are trying to get back into like a rhythm. Same with the kids. Then they got to get hit with the fire that is destroying 20,000+ acres of land. And I know you can't do nothing to stop it. All that they could do is try to control it as much as possible. But at the same time, it's the fact that California is not only taxing, but almost essentially taking so much money from their people. I feel like they should have a better grip or a better analysis on like what to do with these fires. I get it, they're natural, they're supposed to happen, all these things, but at the same time, I feel like we could do something. I feel like we can do something. Okay. Other than that, I hope all those people are good. I hope every single one of these people, from Vietnam to Israeli missile strikes, to Southern California, are okay, are well. And I especially hope that the presidential debate tomorrow night goes more professionally and more serious than I am anticipating. And I hope you guys tune into so you can actually form an opinion rather than going on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and just kind of going off of someone else's opinion. It's always good to go and find the sources yourself, as tomorrow night it will be like on video, so go ahead, don't just watch certain videos. Make sure your videos aren't edited and cropped up and things like that. Be wary of that. News sources do that. I know Fox and CNN, they both do it. One's right, one's left, and they both do it. So don't even try to say, well, Fox doesn't do it. No, they do. They do it, and that's how they run their business. But do try to find good sources of news. Stay up to date. Be well informed. Don't just be well informed. Be able to answer the question, well, what are you gonna do about it? Me, I'm trying to create more noise towards the news. Try to create media center where I will be able to generate some kind of income and eventually build it to a point where I can hire people and I can actually go out in the field and actually report on this news without having a journalism degree. And that would be a dream come true. And have like a team of journalists be able to go out there and do it themselves and just build. I would just love to build a business, American business, hire Americans, and be an all-American business. I know that seems almost impossible and all those things, but there is true patriotism in this country, and I feel like a lot of people are missing it. And I just hope we find it. Okay? That's going to conclude episode 2. Thank you guys for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed the takes. Please leave a like, a comment below. Please hit that subscribe button. Hit the follow button on TikTok, as I will be posting maybe 1 or 2 videos before next week. Just some little highlights of the episode. Share with friends, share with family, and I will catch you guys next time. Deuces.